Hey, um, decided to get back on and give you a part two of everything that happened. Um, we'll see if it's a part three because I've been struggling with actually doing a part two. But anyways, I think I left off with the fact that I was in ICU for 3 days, and within those 3 days, I when I first came to, I saw something. At the time, I really didn't know, of course, if I was dead or not, or coded or whatever you want to say. But what I saw was very peaceful, beyond comprehension, peaceful. And I seen like it was a black circle, and this circle contained people. It's like a shadow. Well, not like a shadow, but it's just black. And the backdrop behind them was like a purplish blue, greenish color. And I don't know if I know I was looking at it. I just don't know if I was looking up, looking down, anywhere. Didn't have any recollection of that. I was really more just at peace. I didn't feel anything. I didn't feel happy. I didn't feel sad. I was just there, but peaceful. So in this circle, is people start floating towards the middle of this circle. Almost like they were free falling. And I was just watching it. And then I came to. So I have a picture of it. I do a little bit of graphic design, so I tried to do as best I could. But I have something to show you what that is. But after I got out of the ICU, after that 3 days, you would think that, hey, I survived the worst. I did pretty good. But no, that wasn't the case. I think I got moved out of the ICU at 2 o'clock in the morning. And my nurse had told me, oh yeah, they're going, I talked to the other nurse over there, they're going to take care of you. And I was like, cool. I think so far it's been pretty good. So it'd be more the same. Didn't know what to expect. Didn't know how to expect anything different, I should say. So with that, went over there and it was not the same. I really didn't get the same level of care. And I don't know if the attention to detail should have been there. I would think, yeah, I would. I would think that it would be. Simply because of the fact that if you look at my chart, you see that I had a freaking heart attack. And you would think, okay, let's help this guy get back to recovery because that's what a hospital is for. But the first nurse, she was not very attentive with anything other than just to say, you okay? So that night, I could not sleep. I don't know if I had said it before, but I was on 100% fentanyl. And fentanyl, from my understanding, is supposed to make you rest, but I couldn't. I couldn't sleep much at all. And so, but every time I did want to close my eyes, I would see just weird stuff. And it was almost like I was seeing things that had to do with electrocution because the paddles that were resuscitating me, I guess you could say, or that were whatever it was doing. I just couldn't see anything every time I closed my eyes. And I remember turning on the TV and looking at a TV show, and I would just I don't know if I should be in this TV show or should I be watching it? My mind was just going somewhere everywhere. So that was a little bit of a struggle. And at the time, of course, I didn't have anybody there with me other than the nurses. And, shift changed. It got a little bit better gradually. But at the same time, you don't know how bad off you are until you're in a bad situation to where you don't have people who you're familiar with you. And with that, that was rough, really rough. That night, that's the night that I really wanted to die. I didn't want to go home. I didn't want to continue because I didn't have anybody there with me. God, yes, but physical contact or conversation is something totally different. And so I remember that night I called my wife at like 5 o'clock in the morning. I said, baby, you got to come get me because I'm not going to make this. I'm not going to make it. And we were thinking that visitations started like at 8 o'clock, and I was just counting down the hours till 8 o'clock. But 7 o'clock came, and there was my wife and my mom, and I was just like relieved. I mean, it just seemed like instantaneously I just perked up, and I was grateful for that. And of course, throughout the coming night, she stayed with me, which was amazing of her to do, and had a lot of visitors. And some of the nurses said, a lot of people don't do this. A lot of people be here and they just don't have anybody to visit them. Because I had a lot of visitors, a lot of well wishes and cards and flowers and stuff like that, which, like I said, I'm grateful for because those things really helped me and helped encourage me. And for those days and nights, it was a lot going on with my recovery. I still had pneumonia at that time. I don't know if I mentioned that before, but I had pneumonia because of the intubation tube and everything. And just going through a lot of different things of trying to get my taste buds back. Because when I had the medicine that was in me, that's all I tasted. I smelt it. I couldn't. That's all I knew was just the medicine, which was not good. And I was on limitations from certain things I can eat and certain things I can drink because I had the intubation tube down my throat, and for a minute I couldn't talk. So I had to be careful about how I ease myself back into foods and stuff like that. But the hospital food wasn't all that bad. But still, I had my troubles. But just trying to get through all that was a lot. When I started getting closer towards the end of my stay there, I ended up having to have my oxygen checked every day, of course. And with that check, it came I had to walk around. And I walked around the hospital once, and I did okay. But after that, the person who came in and checked me and everything, she said, "You doing all right?" I think I was like my oxygen level was like at 94, and they wanted to get up a little bit higher. So the last lady who was in my who was supposed to be taking me around and everything to walk around, she said, "What do you want to do now?" Because I walked around the hospital. I said, "Look, I hadn't seen the sun in days. So could you just help me? Can you help me get outside?" And so when I was going outside, all I wanted to do was feel the sun touch my face. And when I got out there, I'm telling you, I could see life. I could see the birds, people walking around. And when that sun touched my face, it was just like being born again. And it was awesome. So that was a very uplifting moment. And at that point, I really couldn't wait to get out of there. So when I got home, it was a struggle because I had to learn how to eat certain foods, learning new things about what I could and what I couldn't eat. And I guess in the coming videos, I end up saying a little bit more about what I could and what I couldn't eat. But as for right now, just wanted to drop, just follow-up video for you to let you know to that point, how everything went. So I'll do a little bit more follow-up, I guess, because like I said, this still has been a struggle, even though I've been some months removed, and even since the last video, it's still been a struggle. It's not something easy to deal with. So for anybody that's who's going through things, I'm right there with you. So it's not easy. It's not a timetable for this. You just have to take it one day at a time. And regardless of all of it, God is still good. He is awesome. He is great. So until the next video, peace.